Hey guys, it's Spacey Sims, and we are back with more Mistonia's Hope, continuing Alfred's route. Just about to go bring him tea. We get to see our boyfriend again. But anyway, I exited Edward's room and made my way to the room Alfred was staying in as he asked. There was no response when I knocked on the door. I tried calling out to him, but there was still no reply. Are we going to see him in a state of undress, maybe shirtless? That'd be fun. Listen, we went into Edward's room and he's just wearing pants and a shirt. He didn't have like the 50,000 layers and all his like pins and badges and ribbons on. So, like, what the fuck? That was basically naked. Is he not here? Or maybe he's collapsed. Oh, he's going to be like in a fucking, he's just going to be coming out of the shower and he's going to be naked or some shit. There's going to be some shit going on here. You can't, she's like, oh my God, he collapsed. She's going to walk in and he's going to be like fucking shirtless or some shit. Normally I wouldn't be worried. After hearing how busy Alfred was, it was hard not to be, though. As a servant of House Bernstein, it's only natural to worry if there's a chance a guest might have fainted. No, it's because you're in love with him. I love this. Having made up my mind, I carefully opened the door. CG, please. Okay, no. Oh, Lucas is here. Also, they keep saying his room, and you go in, and this is just the parlor or one of the other, like, sitting rooms or something. This isn't a bedroom. So, like, what the hell? Anyway. But Lucas is here. Lord Lucas, why are you here? Lucas hesitated, seeing how taken aback I was by the appearance of someone unexpected. I'm just here to drop this off. Lucas raised the stack of papers in his hand slightly. He insisted I deliver it at a specific time, yet the man himself isn't here. Have you run into him anywhere? No, I assumed he would be here. Hence I brought the tea. Lucas glanced at the tea trolley, shrugged, and set the papers on the table. He turned his gaze to the window, speaking thoughtfully. I really was, like, hoping we were... Because, like, Alfred is staying here. I assumed it was a bedroom. This is not a bedroom. I mean, at least background-wise, this is the same, like, one of the other fucking rooms that we've come to. You know what I mean? Like, it's another, like, parlor, drawing room, conservatory, guest... sits waiting room. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I don't have enough rooms in my house to be a rich person to have like 50 million. Like, that's the sitting room, and that's the other sitting room, and that's the third sitting room, and that's the sitting while you're sitting, waiting to sit in the sitting room. Like, and that's the waiting room for the sitting room to sit in the sitting into the waiting room. You know what I mean? You're like, the fuck? But, like, so I really expected we were going to get some kind. We're never... Man, it's this man's route. And we only see him fully dressed, tied up in all those jackets? Come on. Come on. It's not even Edward's route, and we just saw him basically half undressed. We almost saw his ankle, for God's sakes. All right. That little hussy. Come on, Alfred. Show us those ankles. Oh, dear God. Anyway. I wonder if something's happened. He's always quick to comment on others, but he's completely careless of his own affairs. His voice carried a hint of worry, for once, but it was soon swept away with a deep sigh. Well, worrying about him's probably pointless. If you'd like, I can hold on to the documents. I'll make sure to give them to Lord Alfred as soon as he returns. Fine. I'll leave them to you. Waiting for him is a waste of time. It's not like I wanted to see him. I don't know. You and I are both in the same kind of denial, because like, it's not like I wanted to see him or anything. It's like, yeah, it's not like I'm in love with him or anything, and that's why I walked in the room, because I was like worried that he might be hurt, and it's just because I'm a good servant, not because I'm in love with him. Right. Yeah, you, me, both. Same. We're both in fucking denial. Lucas paused just as he was about to hand over the documents. I offered my left hand to avoid suspicion, but couldn't shake the cold feeling that he was thinking exactly what I feared. No. I'll give them to him myself. Sorry, but I'll wait here. Could I have some of that tea, too? He flicked his chin toward the tea I had prepared for Alfred. Turning him down would be strange, I suppose. I wanted to take the documents and get him to leave, but it seemed things wouldn't be that simple. What's wrong? You usually tell me not to leave, but now you won't even let me have a cup of tea? That's not the case. Please, take your time and relax. Huh. Lucas sat in the chair and watched me as I quickly prepared the tea. Thank you for waiting. I shall take my leave now. Hold on. I was stopped before I could escape. Stay and keep me company for a while. Very well. You don't have to be so tense. Just take a seat. With pleasure. I perched on the couch he pointed to. Lucas sat across from me, his gaze fixed on me. Oh, I don't know, this ain't going anywhere good. It didn't seem like he was going to talk anytime soon. I mean, it doesn't necessarily matter if he finds out our secret now, because they're all going to find it out eventually, like at the end when we stab the queen or whatever, right? We're just staring. Keep me company. This is awkward. I have work to do. The way he's looking at me, he doesn't seem wary of my face I'd hand. Actually, now that I was thinking about it, he'd watched me this way since we first met at the mansion at the start of the Five Houses conference. Lucas and I had no connection before we'd come to this mansion, so why was he studying me? Say, I don't believe that. I think you might have. Don't know what it is yet. My discomfort grew stronger. Finally, Lucas seemed to come to a realization. He leaned back in his chair and let out a deep sigh. I knew it. Knew what? And don't worry about it. It's something I've come to understand on my own. You remaining in the dark is for the best. I had no idea what Lucas had concluded. However, his usual stern, irritated face now seemed tinged with sorrow. It's kind of funny because it's like, I knew it. And you're like, no, what? What? He's like, it's better if you're in the dark. She's that Spacey Randolph girl. Like, if that's what you concluded, like, then I obviously know who I am. You know what I mean? Perhaps not wanting me to see him like this, he turned to the window. It's kind of interesting, I wonder. Now, tell me, did you come here just to deliver the tea? I'm afraid I don't understand what you're implying. Instead of his typical sidelong glance, Lucas looked directly at me. Turning away would be strange, so I met his eyes. Let's cut to the chase, then. You've come to see Alfred for personal reasons, haven't you? No, I was actually told to bring him tea. By Edward. You can go ask Edward. You should go ask Edward, so I can leave now. I mean, to be fair, personal reasons also yes, but no, really, I was asked to bring him tea. This is not a ruse. I tilted my head to the side, playing dumb. I'm nothing but a maid. What reason would I have to visit? I'm only here because Lord Edward asked me to bring Lord Alfred some tea. I've been trying to avoid Lord Alfred otherwise. Knowing Edward, I can totally see that. But you have another reason, don't you? I don't need to see much to notice that something unusual is going on between you and Alfred. Are we getting in the romance thing? Because, like, absolutely. It'd be kind of funny if this whole thing is like, oh, I get it now. And you're like, what? You should just remain in the dark. And he's like, because you're in love with Alfred, aren't you? And you're like, wait, what? That's the conclusion you came to? Like, you're right. I should have stayed in the dark. She's kind of in the dark about her feelings. I feel like she's starting to, like, see the light, but then she's like, nope, close my eyes. You're mistaken. I'm simply carrying out the duties assigned to me. I detest people, but that's precisely why I observe them so well. Don't try to fool me. Be honest. What's your relationship with him? Could he be suggesting we're friends? We're lovers? We're allies? Like, I feel like we're lovers? I don't think that that's the good thing. Could you imagine? Okay, first of all, I think that's the funniest fucking answer. I hope we get to say that. But, like, could you, like, we're friends. We're just friends. He actually, like, you know, whatevs. Are we the, like, does that make it look less suspicious? We're allies. That, now, curious, because that might open more doors if Lucas isn't really aware of anything. You know, if he's completely in the dark. We're allies. Allies in what? Why aren't you allies with everybody else? Because as far as Lucas is aware, like, Alfred is protecting the queen just like everybody else. So I'd be allies with everybody. You know what I mean? Unless we're like, we're allies. And Lucas is like, oh, cool. So you're a member of the Twilight Ravens too. High five, girl. Me too. You know what I mean? Like, that's like code for like trying to suss out if he's involved in some way. I don't know. So I don't know that that's the best choice. But like, we're lovers is fucking hilarious because then later Lucas is going to be like, so you guys are lovers? And Alfred's going to be like, what? He's going to be like, yeah, she told me. And he's going to be like, I mean, that's what I was hoping for, but I didn't think she was really in love with me. And like, is she? Oh my God. And we're going to melt that little marshmallow and then we're going to break his heart. Because he's like, I'm confused. I thought she was going to stab me. Like, don't get his hopes up before you stab him. I mean, we're going to fall in love with him. We're not going to stab him, but we don't want to, like, get his hopes up before we... you know what I mean? He doesn't know that we're going to fall in love with him and not stab him. He thinks we're going to stab him, so... But I want to say we're lovers, because I feel like that would just add to the shenanigans, and it'd be kind of fun. Oh, God. Okay, I only have one hand, by the way. Because the bird has usurped my right hand. Oh, I went the long way again. Listen. It's all right. Ooh. Okay, so I feel like then if we're doing this, then maybe saying we're lovers is the right answer, because we're friends or allies could, we're friends, that I'm keeping him, I'm shoving him aside. We're nothing, right? We're allies. We're lovers. It seems like it would be the right answer to get the romancy ending. No, it's we're friends. Really? So wait a minute. Interesting. Where lovers gets you the bad ending. I scrolled down to load save file 2. Where lovers gets you the bad end. The ashtray. Which is a bad end. And then there's a clown ending. Okay, so scroll back up. All right. Where was he? Okay, we're friends. Okay, interesting. Interesting. All right. Okay, well, we're friends. Is Lucas implying that Alfred and I look like friends? I mean, I didn't think allies was right. I had no clue what could have led Lucas to such an idea. Regardless, the fact that Alfred and I, the head of House Cresswell and an ordinary maid, appeared unusually close was far from desirable. Putting an end to such speculation would be wise. Please allow me to clarify. Someone like me could never aspire to share any sort of special relationship with Lord Alfred. Lord Alfred's a noble figure, a member of the 5 houses and the head of House Cresswell. I am but a humble servant, unworthy of standing at his side. That would be convincing if you truly were just another servant. Fair enough. If you're telling the truth, I'll back off. For now. Let me warn you about something, though. That man will exploit anyone he finds useful. I mean, I'm kind of doing the same thing, to be fair, so... Him, me, same. If you don't want to be a pawn in his game, then don't lose sight of your own path. That's valid advice, and true. But also, we have the same end goal, kill the queen, so... My own path? What does he mean by that? And why is Lucas giving me such a warning? But it also does. I feel like this warning should have come earlier. You know what I mean? In the route. Because now it's like, at this point, you're like, are you trying to tell me not to trust Alfred? Because I feel like we do trust him, though. I mean, she might not. I do. And now you're making me be like, wait, what? Should I not? Because I've seen what a marshmallow he is. Are you trying to tell me that, we thought that the person that we saw here was an act, and the person we were seeing in the Ravens hideout and everything was the real one, but you're telling me that's an act too? What the fuck? Lucas, you're confusing me now. Lucas, I don't know. And, well, now I'm concerned that we're going to get to the end and I'm going to be like, we should have taken Lucas's warning to heart. Oh, no. But that would be in a bad ending, I would assume. So... We're getting a happy end. And the happy end is we're playing an Otome game. It can't be that we kill him or anything. Although the ashtray title of the bad end makes it sound like, because he's a smoker, that what are you going to be like? You're going to dominate us? Are we going to just be like, you're a whipping boy? Like, what's going on here? Like, how is it? You know what I mean? Like, I'm like thinking all sorts of sus shit there. Like, but it's also not the tragic end, which is the clown end. Huh. Anyway. His tone was sharp, but I could tell Lucas was genuinely worried about me. I couldn't resist asking about his surprising comment. Might I ask what you mean by that? For what reason would you tell me such a thing? It's nothing. There's nothing deeper to it. I couldn't imagine a man mocked for hating people would show concern for others without there being a deeper reason. Like, he's kind of sweet. And those eyes. What are you thinking when you look at me, Lucas? Lucas averted his eyes once more, however, as though he didn't want to say anything more. Just when I wondered whether to take this conversation a step further, Alfred? Alfred, the person Lucas and I had both been looking for, walked in. I thought I sensed someone inside, but it's just you two. There was something off about the way he alternately looked at Lucas and me. He was walking in and he's like, why are you two just having a conversation? Is it a jealous look? What's going on here? He doesn't look well. Lucas raised his voice, the hint of concern from before completely gone. What an attitude. You're the one who called me, remember? And now you're not going to apologize for being late? Sorry about that. That was my fault. Ugh, what's with you? Seeing you being so honest is throwing me off. Even though he'd asked for an apology, he didn't expect him to admit his mistake so easily. Lucas slammed the papers down, clearly irritated. Here are the documents, as promised. I've done my part, so I'm leaving now. Lucas moved toward the door behind Alfred, but paused next to him. Let me ask, just to be clear, why were you late? That's not like you. Huh. Not going to tell me? It's not that it's any of your business, girl. What the fuck? Lucas is like, where were you late? Were you seeing that bitch again? Lucas is like a jealous boyfriend right now. It's kind of fucking ridiculous. Like, simmer down, sweetie. It ain't your business. It's none ya business. Not your problem. Like, I figured as much, given that you broke your promise to hang out with some woman. Wait. I figured as much, given that you broke your promise to hang out with some woman. Oh. Next time, try and get rid of the perfume before you come back. Oh. Okay, that's what he's saying. Given that you broke your promise to hang out with some woman. It's, again, I guarantee you it's Lily, because Edmund said we're going to tell him the plan. So I guarantee you, like, and what did I say last time? Okay, and he was probably with Edmund and Lily. Why Lucas? Well, Lucas might not recognize her perfume, to be fair, so fine enough. But, like, him being here like, oh, I smell a woman on you. Lucas, again, acting like a jealous boyfriend. It's kind of cute and funny. I love it. And then we're going to be like, he was with some woman? What? Huh? What? And we're going to be like, it wouldn't have been one of the women from the Twilight Ravens or whatever, because they probably don't wear fancy perfume or whatever. And then we're going to be like, bothered by that. It's going to bother us because she's kind of falling for Alfred, but she can't realize it yet, you know? Huh? He was with a woman? And we're jealous. Lucas left the room without another word. The room filled with an inexplicable, awkward silence the moment his footsteps faded. Perfume? Hanging out with some woman? I don't think he's got the time for stuff like that, but I'm not sure what I should say. I kept turning Lucas's remarks over in my head as I looked for a way to start a conversation. I would honestly be like, Edward asked me to bring you tea. It's probably cold now. I was trying to say something when Alfred stumbled right in front of me out of nowhere. Watch out! Oh, is he tired? He just stumbled. Poor baby. I quickly extended my hand and supported him. Propping up a man much larger than me to prevent him from falling was no easy task. To make matters worse, it reminded me of events I'd only just considered the other night. My heart raced being so close to him, and my hands trembled with an unexplainable embarrassment. Oh. She's like, I'm considering events and like the being close to him and him being blushing. No, this is so cute. You're both being awkward nerds around each other. I love it. Can you stand? Alfred managed to avoid falling by leaning on me, but just barely. The sweet scent coming from him irritated me for some reason. I love it! I hate it because it hurts. You're like, oh, we're jealous of this bitch, and it's Lily, and he doesn't want to be with her, and it's, oh god, it's gonna be like... I'm sorry. Can you help me to the couch? Do it yourself. If you have the energy to fool around, you should be fine. Or are you too worn out from all the womanizing? Oh, the misunderstanding start. Look at his little face. What are you so frustrated about? Forget it. I'll make it on my own. He tried to stand, his movements sluggish, but his legs were apparently too weak, and I still had to hold him steady. You can lean on my shoulder. Hold yourself up now. A mix of perfume and a strong, powdery scent wafted from Alfred. Ugh, I'm worried over nothing. I couldn't figure out why my heart felt so restless. All I knew was that irritation was building up inside of me. Despite feeling this way, I couldn't just leave Alfred alone after he'd collapsed on the couch. Thanks. I stared at Alfred as he lay there, weak and motionless. He really doesn't look well. I carefully pushed his hair out of the way and put my hand against his forehead to check his temperature. How sweet. Hey, what are you doing? You're burning up. You have a fever, no doubt about it. Stay still. I'll go get some medicine and water. I'll ask Charlotte if she can make barley porridge. I was about to leave after mentally sorting out what I needed when Alfred took my hand in his feverish grasp. It's fine. I'll just lie down and rest. I don't want to make a fuss. At least take the medicine, then. It's just fatigue from overworking. I'll be fine after some rest. Moreover, take a look at this. Alfred sluggishly pulled a few notes out of his pocket. I took them and glanced over the content. The Wing Hunters, Changeling, Blue Robin. Details of various incidents were listed, starting with the wing hunting incidents, which were still being discussed in the meetings. All had been written in a rush. I've been investigating to see if anyone would get in the way of our plan. As of now, there don't appear to be any major issues other than the wing hunting incidents. I see. I asked about the wing hunting incident around the red light district, but I couldn't get any significant information, as expected. So that could be why he smells like women, because he was asking questions at the red light district, so he smells like hookers. Okay, fair enough. I still think Edmund's trying to marry Lily off to Alfred. You know what I mean? Because that would have... But I mean, also, we just being jealous because he's asking around the red light district. Okay, fine. Cases are frequent in Eden. We must solve this problem as soon as we can. For the sake of the people living there. I could feel his fatigue. Despite how unusually talkative he was, I also found myself unexpectedly relieved. Right. Alfred was just out doing his job. The scent of perfume and face powder wasn't proof of improper behavior. I caught Alfred watching me. The look on his face, he's like, wait, you like me, don't you? Are you sussing out that I love you? Maybe. What is it? Alfred spoke, looking faintly amused. Well, I'm glad to see that your mood has improved. It's not like I was upset in the first place. Is that so? He's like, you were kind of mad that I was with it. Oh, do you like me? Because Alfred's definitely into us. We know this. But, like, the fact that he's like, wait, do you might like me too? If you have something to say, could you please say it clearly, Lord Alfred? Oh, I was under the impression that you were jealous. Why on earth would I be jealous? How absurd. What Alfred did and where he went was none of my business. Or is it? Alfred gave a vague, almost feverish smile during my fiery attempt at concealing my feelings. I was just joking. Still, it's a bit unpleasant to be seen as someone who loves to fool around, though. I regret going to the red light district. I was only worried that you'd make a blunder and the plan would fall apart. Don't get so cocky. Uh, we'd like him to get cocky with us. Wait, what? See? It's because you got so emotional that I ended up getting carried away. Getting emotional really had been a mistake, just as he'd pointed out. I couldn't understand why exactly I'd gotten so emotional. I couldn't make any sense of my own feelings. Oh, I love it. Oh, I love it. It's so cute. Don't take it seriously. It was just a little joke. I mean, I have a fever. Maybe the alcohol has gotten to me. I'm a little tipsy. He let out a throaty laugh. I couldn't find the words to respond. Now then. Alfred rose from the couch and returned to the desk after teasing me without knowing what was on my mind. Wait, what are you trying to do? Work, obviously. Talking with you has eased my fatigue, and I still have a lot of things to do. So you were in the red light district talking to the women who work there, and then you were getting a little drunk? So, he comes back. It's 8 o'clock in the morning! I know you have a lot of work, but still, you have a fever, don't you? Why are you trying to work when... I tried to push his shoulder to make him sit down, but he grabbed my wrist, stopping me. I know myself better than anyone. Plus, only the head of House Cresswell can do this. Then at least rest a bit more. Take your medicine, too. Otherwise your work efficiency will just decline. Sorry, but I'm fairly good at what I do. A slight decrease in efficiency isn't an issue. I'll rest once I've completed everything. Listen, if you keep going like this, you'll collapse for sure next time. What's this? Are you concerned for my health? I felt as though he were silently saying that would be impossible. Look, he does look a little shocked. I'm just frustrated. If anything were to happen to you, it would hinder the plan, and that would be troublesome. It'll be no laughing matter if this work gets held up and puts the entire exhibition at risk. I don't think he'll listen, no matter what I say. John says I'm pretty stubborn, but Alfred's even worse. Alfred shifted his attention to the documents and began looking through them. Come on, that's enough. And get back to work. Alfred released my wrist and waved his hand as if shooing me away. A sudden rush of emotions aside from worry and disbelief stirred within me. I considered my options at this point, unable to do anything but stare at his dignified, straightened back. I'm an ally. I'm only worried about the plan. That's not strange, is it? I searched within myself to find the solution to this battle of wills. Oh my God, just kiss him already. In that case, I concealed my presence and silently moved into the couch's shadow, looking down at his unprotected back. Why are you still... Did we punch him? Gah! Did we just fucking punch him? Okay, I'm sorry. She gets so mad and jealous that she punches a fucking wall. We are the red flag. Okay, listen. I love this. There are so many games that we play, and it's always like, why can't we be the ones who are a little bit of a dick to our boyfriend? Why do we always have to be the dainty little wallflower who's nice and sweet and innocent and just kind to everyone and all that shit? Why can't we be a little bit of the problem? She is a little bit of the problem. She's a lot of bit of the problem, and I love it. She's like, this bastard, and then she just fucking smacks him. She punched a wall because she was mad at him and jealous. And he's like, the fuck has happened? She's got a lot of internalized rage because of what happened to her family, and she's holding it in for vengeance. But then, she can't handle her emotions. She's throwing temper tantrums, kind of like a man baby. Like men who can't handle their emotions. It's okay to have emotions. It's okay to feel emotions. But punching walls is not how we express those emotions. Punching a man in the back is not how we express those emotions. But I am here for this because it's she's a little unhinged and a bit of a red flag. She's going to get over it, which is great, but it's still fun. I still like that you're just like, what the hell? Good times. They weren't like, oh, she's just going to act like a docile little wallflower while also wanting to plot revenge. They're like, no, she's angry and she's going to punch a bitch to let them know. This is fucking great. Oh, I love it. it because it fits with her character. You know what I mean? I delivered a swift strike to his nape. Alfred was unaware of what had occurred and was about to fall fall toward the desk when I gently steadied him. She just, no, oh my God, she just fucking knocked him out. That's even better. We should be good now. This kind of action would never normally be praised, but all I had in mind was to let Alfred rest. That had been my sole intention. I hope you didn't kill him. Alfred soon drifted into a deep sleep. I'd only done it on a whim, but I suppose he'd been more exhausted than I thought. I supposed he'd been... Okay. I'll make him sleep, even if I have to do it by force. He's sorely mistaken if he thinks everything will go his way. I grabbed a blanket from the shelf and draped it over his shoulders. I examined his face. It was a faint reddish hue from the fever. I love the fact that she is like, you are being a stubborn asshole, so I'm gonna literally karate chop you into unconsciousness. And then she's like, there, bitch. Here, have a nice blanket to keep you warm. Oh my God. I'm sorry, Bert. I have an itch on my hand. I'm sorry, I have to itch my arm. Oh, right where your body was. My arm is very itchy. I'm very sorry. Okay. I'll put it back. I'll put it back. Okay, there you go. Good boy. My wrist itched. I did it. My wrist itched. I'm very sorry. I didn't mean to disrupt you, okay? He looks younger when he's asleep. Maybe it's because the furrow in his brow is softened. While his stature and aura often made him seem imposing, his face was quite handsome. Charlotte had said she'd never heard any gossip about the man, but it was still hard to believe all the young maidens would simply ignore him. I mean, seriously, the man's gorgeous. I love him. Then again, maybe all he thinks about is his work in the Ravens. I looked at the huge stack of papers spread across the desk. I mean, to be fair, that's probably exactly what he's doing, and he just doesn't have time for it. And also, here's the thing. Okay. You see him and you're like, God damn, he's hot. And if you got close enough to him, those sexy bedroom eyes, you're like, Jesus, it's gorgeous. But the thing is, you're probably not getting that close to him because he's got a standoffish demeanor. He's got resting bitch face, although some of us are like, no, I'm here for resting bitch face. But it's kind of unapproachable. You know what I mean? Like, women are not like men, obviously. Men see a woman with resting bitch face and they go, what up, baby? I can make you smile. Suck on my dick. And you're like, do you not see her resting bitch face? That means leave me the fuck alone. She could have a sign that says, leave me the fuck alone, and a man will still try to fucking approach her because men are idiots. Okay? I'm not saying that there's not women who would do the same thing, but there's a lot less women who are going to see a man with resting bitch face and go, that man wants to be approached and sexually harassed. No. They're going to be like, nope. Resting bitch face, that's a big fat fucking no. They're going to see that flag as a no, you know? So, like, all the ladies might be like, oh my God, he's so handsome, and I know, but he's so unapproachable. So they're probably not giving him the time of day. Oh, I mean, are they talking about how hot he is? Oh, I'm sure. Just like we had our little conversations with Evelyn and Charlotte, like, no, he's hot, but he's kind of like cold and standoffish. No, and then there's Edward standing right next to him, who's a little delicate flower, and they're going to be like, but look at him, he's so nice. And then, of course, they're going to flock to him because he's all nice and sweet. They don't get to know Alfred to know he's a fucking marshmallow. You know what I mean? He's just stone-faced. So, and I feel like if he approached someone himself, maybe they'd, like, women would be flocking over him, but he probably doesn't because he's like, no fucks given. You know what I mean? So that's it's just the resting bitch face is like, he's so handsome, but like, he looks really impossible to talk to, or if someone tried to talk to him, he's probably very like, okay. Very serious, and they're like, yeah, anyway, let's go talk to Edward, who is just like a field of daisies over there. You know what I mean? So, fair enough. And he ain't got time for this shit, so. Good thing I got him to sleep. If his work gets delayed, it might impact the exhibition, though. Is there anything I can do? I couldn't meddle with the things that required the approval of House Cresswell's head. Naturally, the documents Lucas had brought were no exception. I think it's so funny that she's like, all right, I knocked him out. Let me see what I can do. And then all of a sudden he's going to wake up and be like, the fuck is half my work done? And why am I asleep? Why do I have a blanket? Why is there a sandwich here? And we're like, shut up! I didn't make the sandwich, just so you know. And he's like, good, then I won't die if I eat it. Still, I could organize the information from the notes I had seen earlier. If I pretend that Alfred suddenly asked for my help, staying here won't seem suspicious. I never imagined that bringing tea here like I'd been told would be of any use. It all worked out in my favor, though. Really? I mean, really? Your favor? Karate chopping the man? Sure. Since that's settled, I do love the fact that she, is unhinged like that. But, I mean, to be fair, okay, we're more like a pinkish flag. You know what I mean? A very dark pink flag. She does red flag behavior like punching a wall because she's mad and jealous. Oh, okay, I know. I was scratching my head and I only have one hand and my remote's in my hand, so that quick load button bumped my headset strap. But, Anyway, and so that's a little bit, but this seems like red flag behavior, but at the same time, I'm like, is it really? I guess it's more pink because it was like, I karate chopped him into unconsciousness because I need the man to sleep. He needs to learn to take care of himself. I'm not sure if that's, I mean, the end result is nice. You're like, oh, that's so nice. The means of getting there was a little cray-cray, but Anyway. With Alfred still fast asleep, I headed over to Nicholas to explain the situation. Once I had secured permission, I went back to Alfred's room. He's sleeping soundly, but it looks like he still has a fever. I prepared paper, a pen, and the so-called note before sitting at a different desk than the one the resting Alfred was near. Shall we begin then? Yeah, I mean, you just tell him, Alfred's feeling a little unwell. I'm going to bring him some medication, then he asked me to help him organize documents. Alfred, who had dismissed my advice for all kinds of reasons, was in for a surprise. I'll start with this note for now. Other side, Alfred, who's zonked out. Where am I? Okay, because now it's nighttime. It looks darker in here. I was groggy and my head was foggy. I tried making sense of the situation. It seemed that I had dozed off after returning to the Bernstein mansion. Wait, no, I didn't doze off. And the fact that you're going to be even more attracted to a woman who literally knocked you out is kind of funny. A certain person came to mind as I pieced my memories together through the sharp pain in my neck. Could this be Spacey's doing? See, he's calling me Spacey in his head. I never imagined she'd put me to sleep like that. What strength. He's like, damn. He's like, so she could tie me up and pin me down. Yeah, I'm into it. I mean, we don't know what kind of kinks the man has. I mean, if he is not pissed about us knocking him out, just saying. It was probably revenge for ignoring her advice to rest. None of it seemed malicious, though, especially since I felt much less worn out after sleeping. My fever's gone down. I wouldn't have rested if not for this. Maybe I should thank her. I mean, we did it with the best intentions, for your own good, but it's also a little unhinged. Even so, her methodology was rather harsh. Yeah. I wasn't sure if I should voice my complaint. No, probably not. We might slap you. I sat up quietly, careful not to let the blanket slip off, and scanned the room. I found her writing something at the desk, oblivious that I'd woken up. Her serious side profile was stunningly graceful. She looked like a noblewoman writing poetry if it weren't for the maid's uniform. Wait, Spacey truly is a noblewoman. He's like, oh, that makes me wanting a boner, not weird. The vanished ducal family, the daughter of House Randolph. After I'd learned that she survived the Elpik incident, I had a feeling she'd stand before me one day. Okay, so the way he says that, I had a feeling she'd stand before me one day. After I'd learned she'd survived. But it was only speculation that I survived. But he took that as no, she probably did. Good. So this is not because this is in the past. Before Space ever showed up here, he was like, oh, the Randolph daughter escaped. Or they think she did. And he's like, she's going to show up before me someday because, like, whatever. So he knew. So then when we admitted who we were, he's like, knew someday you'd show up, but I wasn't expecting it to be you. So, okay. I never imagined we'd end up joining forces. Such an odd turn of events. I watched her, careful not to attract her attention. Smart, strong, and so painfully brave. She had a kind heart. That was exactly why hatred and the pain of what she'd lost had consumed her. I love the way he's describing us. Like, smart, strong, brave, the compassionate, whatever. Like, God, she's pretty. I mean, sure, that's there too, but, like, he's, like, attributing other aspects of us. So, like, that's nice. I like that. I am, without a doubt, partially responsible for how things turned out. Even if I die when this is all over, I won't regret it. I only hope she finds happiness in the future. We can't find happiness without you, babe. Because we're in love with you. Look at him smiling. Oh, he's so precious. That's also interesting when he's like, doesn't reveal any part, because he's got budding feelings in there because he's getting awkward, but he doesn't bring them up even in his own side. Like he isn't like, kind of feeling something. I mean, I think because again, maybe for like us, it's one of those, oh God, oh, this is awkward. I might be feeling things. Anyway, shove that aside because he is planning to die at the end of this. So even if he's kind of feeling some flutterings, he's not going to be like, God, I'm in love with her. He's going to be like, nope, shove it away. It doesn't matter. She's going to kill me. And there's really, for him, no point in thinking that way, But, like, we know, we both got flutterings. It's all done. Not only did I summarize the notes from the red light district, I also finished everything else I could manage. This should ease Alfred's workload. I hope he doesn't strain himself again like he did today. I snapped back to reality and placed my hand on my chest. I found myself worrying about Alfred. Even after finishing my work and thinking it over with a clear head, I always came back to the same conclusions. This was not only because it was necessary in achieving our goals, but because it also concerned him as a person. I was afraid to acknowledge it. Doing so felt like I'd be betraying everyone who died the day of the incident Alfred caused, but the day he didn't fully cause it. He's partially responsible, but he didn't actually cause it. But, like, he put up the barrier, which, so, like, I won't give up on taking revenge. I can't stop now. I will kill Alfred with my own two hands, for sure. Yeah, she's trying to convince herself. Definitely. I'd given up on living a normal life and seeking the sort of happiness others had. I'd finally come this far. Why do you look like you're about to cry? Because she's like, I will kill him. And then she's like, oh, because we don't want to kill him. Somewhere inside, she knows she doesn't want to. Alfred was sitting up and staring at me. I wasn't sure when he'd woken up. What are you thinking about? It's none of your business. Despite what I said, I felt an uncomfortable sense of relief when I saw Alfred's complexion had improved. An uncomfortable sense of relief. I love that, too, the wording. Because she's like, oh, I'm relieved he looks better. She's like, I'm very uncomfortable about the fact that I'm relieved that he looks good. Like, aw, because you don't want to care about him, but you do, and it bothers you. I don't blame you for acting that way, but just trust me a little bit more. I want to offer my help when you're in trouble. I trust you as an ally, but that's all. My issues are none of your business. I stood and handed the completed paperwork over to Alfred, wanting the conversation to end. I summarized the notes you showed me just before your nap. If you don't need it, you can throw it away. Alfred looked surprised when he took the papers and flipped through them. He shook his head. I can't believe it. This is flawless. You've helped me a lot. It's not a big deal. Putting this together must have been exhausting. You should take a break. I can keep you company next time. It's fine. I'll need to get back to my maid duties soon. It seems like it's late in the afternoon now, but... I turned on my heel and reached for the door. For some reason, I found myself glancing behind me. Look at him. Oh, look at him beaming at us. He's like batting his beautiful eyelashes at us. Alfred was still staring at me. I wanted to erase the faint joy I felt at his gaze. I said nothing and left the room. Oh, I mean, we knew what was happening. I can't even be like, it's happening. It's been happening for a while, but she's starting to come to terms. Oh, the little cracks are forming. 2 days later, after Alfred thanked me for helping him with his work, Nicholas gave me the day off, so I visited Goneril's shop like always.
Oh, it's you, milady.
John, who was already there, gave a slight wave and tilted his head curiously. What is it?
Nothing. Anyway, did something happen?
Being my childhood friend, John noticed the changes in me very quickly. I knew something had been off with me since that day with Alfred. I didn't make any mistakes in my work at the mansion, but I had endured many restless nights. It's nothing serious. My sleep has been a little troubled, that's all. John looked like he had more questions, but said nothing else. He probably realized I didn't want to be pressed about it further. He's such a good boy. He, knows us so well that he's like, all right, fine, I won't ask. You'll tell me if you want to. Precious. Anyway, I have an update. I'd already sent a quick message via the pocket watch. Most of the details came from what Alfred had gathered in the red light district. That's the gist of it.
I see. There haven't been any changes to the plan we discussed earlier, have there?
No. How did things go on your end?
Still nothing at all. Whatever the whole thing about Lucas and Alfred being accomplices is, that's buried pretty deep. That means the likelihood of Queen being involved is higher than ever. So,
the Outbeak incident, that was when the two teamed up.
Your guess doesn't sound so unlikely anymore, milady. But we still lack proof. Either way, Alfred's already confessed. He's guilty. We'll deal with it after everything's over, right?
We will. The pause. I got the feeling John was reading my mind. I couldn't bring myself to meet his gaze.
What's wrong? Lady, is there something...
No, it's nothing. Anyway, I'll take Alfred down myself after the issue with the Queen's been taken care of. John probably noticed the quiver in my voice, but he didn't question it. Just nodded silently. I wonder if... Okay, because, you don't know about anybody else. You know Alfred's responsible. You're going to take him down, whatever. So, when you go to Lucas's route, Lucas is going to have some kind of responsibility to it, blah, blah, blah. And you know what I mean? That's going to be the main focus. But when you get to John's, are you going to find out? I mean, I feel like the truth route, you're going to find out everyone's involved or whatever, right? And, what really happened, the parts they played and everything. Because we know that Alfred built the wall. And we'll find out Lucas did something, and this did something, whatever, all the little pieces that kind of fell. But the truth route's probably going to be, let's put all those pieces together now and just paint you the clear picture, instead of making you kind of, piece it together yourself. But I kind of wonder in John's route, when you're falling in love with him, do we ever kill our love interests in different routes? Because, it doesn't seem like we're gonna, we found out anybody else is guilty. Because, why would you find out anyone's guilty and, whatever? But, John's route's kind of the final, and you'll already know at that point that, everybody's guilty in some way, or even the truth route, right? So do you think you kill everybody in the truth route? Do we kill them all? Did we ever go down a route where we're, at the end, and we're, romancing John, and we're I feel so good that I killed everyone in the 5 houses, and you're gonna be and, all of us are gonna be but I loved Alfred, and Edward and everybody, and you killed them all. I mean, oh, because there's a part of me that would hate that, because I'd be no, not our preciouses. But there's another part of me that's good, she gets her revenge. Be evil. You know what I mean? Because again, I like the fact that she's angry and a little bit of a red flag. So if she gets to stab them all, it's kind of fun. We get stabbed. We don't usually get to stab, I like being the stabby one, so it's fun. Maybe in tragic ends or something, you know what I mean? It would make sense in a tragic end that you kill frickin', Alfred, and then she's coming to terms with the fact that she loved him, but like the revenge took power over, as opposed to like the loving him taking over and making her go, you know what, like let's think rationally about this. He was forced into doing it. He didn't like, because she's already had those thoughts in her head. She's already had that little like, I mean, he was tasked with doing this and it was his family or mine, and like, would I do anything to fuck it, I'm still killing him, wait. Like, she was starting to kind of understand the position he was in. And like, would I have done any different? But like, so eventually the rationality and her feelings for him are gonna win out, I would assume. But like, is one of the bad endings one of the ones is where she's like, fuck that. Like, I love him, but I still need revenge is more important. And like, then she's sad about killing him. Because that'd be kind of good too. But then, like, the truth end or the John ending could very much be she doesn't make a connection with them and then it's just brutal murder with no fucks given, which could also be kind of fun. Tragic for all of us who were in love with these guys, but still kind of fun. Like a fucked up way. Anyway, John probably noticed the quiver in my voice, but he didn't question it, just nodded silently. We discussed the plan for a while. Then I prepared to leave the shop.
Are you planning on going somewhere after this?
Yes, I'm going to the Raven's hideout. The others are coming to discuss the strategy for the exhibition.
I wonder if there's any chance I could be a part of that. It might make it easier to dig into the accomplices matter.
We've settled that already, haven't we? Don't worry, I've got this covered. I feel like we're not going to find out the accomplice thing. Like, maybe Alfred will tell us later, or we'll find out in Lucas's route. You know what I mean? Because again, I feel like some of the bits and pieces, the way the way Lucas is woven into Alfred's route is kind of like a nice lead into his route. John?
Oh, my bad.
John looked gloomy for some reason. He smiled, though, trying to hide it. He doesn't want you around Alfred as much. He's jealous. He's gloomy because he can't be with you.
Sure, I'll let you handle the Ravens thing, milady.
Thanks.
Sorry to keep you. You better hurry. We still need to keep an eye on the wards. Be careful.
I know. The same goes for you too, John. I smiled at John once more before leaving the shop. He's like, where are you going after this? And we're like, oh, we're going to a Ravens meeting. He's like, damn, I was hoping we could have a picnic or something and hold hands. I walked through the streets, paying attention to the gazes around me, heading for the hideout where the meeting was being held. Then I spotted Leonardo leaning against a street lamp, gazing down the street. He was most likely on lookout duty as usual, watching for anyone suspicious nearing the hideout. We exchanged glances, and with that silent understanding, I carried on. It feels like I've become a full member of the Ravens. I wasn't part of their group. I only helped them in order to achieve my own goals. But as these secret exchanges went on, I started realizing that I was communicating with someone other than John. Those moments happened more and more often. Alfred greeted me at the hideout. Upon seeing me enter the building, he lifted the teapot sitting on the table and called out to me.
You're here. Do you want something to drink?
Sure, thanks. Alfred brewed tea for me. This would never be allowed at the Bernstein mansion, but things were different here. She's like, this is kind of hot. You're making me tea? Damn, you're like a sexy butler. A crude ceramic cup sat in front of me, a stark contrast to the fine tableware at the mansion. However, the tea's aroma soothed me. I didn't know you could do this.
I make it a point to handle whatever I can myself. It's a principle of mine.
Alfred sat across from me, sipping his tea, and sighed deeply. You look quite drained.
I'm allowed to sigh now and then, aren't I? The 5 houses, every single one of them, keep pushing the most tedious tasks onto me.
He shook his head, a deep crease forming between his brows. I decided to keep listening. His reaction was interesting.
It's only natural that the 5 houses prioritize the exhibition, but that doesn't mean we can neglect our everyday tasks. I know they probably don't mean to, but the workload is overwhelming with all the petitions in the city, industry subsidies, and the need to watch out for Fremdeland.
So you're helping them with their work outside of the exhibition?
Indeed. And they try to manage things themselves, but they can't handle it all. Still, they can't just ignore it, either.
You may wind up lending a hand because you're so serious. I won't say that out loud, though. It'll only add more wrinkles. Maybe it was the flaw in my nature, but there was a strange sense of irony in being the person he vented to. I almost let my smile slip. Alfred was sharp enough to point it out.
Did you just laugh?
No way.
Am I seeing things?
Because before she was, her little sprite was smiling, like, you're adorable.
I thought I was finally going to witness it.
The last comment was said so nonchalantly and stirred my heart. What's wrong with me? My heart raced, but I didn't understand why. Alfred, on the other hand, showed no reaction and drank his tea. I don't know what's going on with me anymore.
What's wrong? Oh no.
I was so caught up in my emotions I didn't notice what had made Alfred look up so suddenly. The door flung open in a flurry as Alfred rose to his feet.
Sir, we got trouble!
Leonardo dashed inside. This wasn't the same calm boy I'd seen earlier in the street. He gasped for air, visibly panicked. Uh-oh.
Get out of here, now!
Calm down, Leonardo. What happened?
It's the wards! They finally made their move! The Western hideout's been raided!
Hearing the name Ward made me recall John's earlier comment, and I instinctively covered my mouth with my hand.
That's impossible. Could it be Her Majesty's command? Damn it!
Wait, what about the people who were at the hideout?
Looks like they managed to flee in different directions, but I wouldn't be surprised if someone got caught.
No way. I thought of the people who weren't here. The idea of them being captured and tormented made my hands clammy. By Linus, no doubt. I mean, because, like, it's his family that's doing it, but, like, Linus torturing people. Look at his little baby face. Like, his route's going to be interesting.
There's a commotion on the main road, and it's getting risky here. You need to run. If they catch you, sir, our dreams will be ruined.
Alfred would normally want to rush to the hideout that had been attacked, but he hesitated before making a decision.
Got it.
Alfred gave a serious nod, then faced me.
You're coming with me.
They're here! I pulled my knife out and braced myself. A few armed men stormed into the room. They have fucking... Look at their fingernails. Those are horrifying. What the fuck? That's House Ward's crest. You're worried about the crest? I'm worried about their nails, girl. Get a trim. I quickly looked behind them, but Linus, the head of the household, wasn't there. I didn't know if he'd come, but things looked grim.
Don't move! Stay where you are! Count Cresswell, why are you here?
Ooh, fuck.
Fuck!
I knew it. One of them recognizes Alfred. At this rate, he'll... They couldn't have anticipated finding one of the heads of the 5 houses here. The men looked confused, clearly thrown off by the unexpected situation.
Stay away from the scoundrels! I'll hear the details later. For now, please come with us.
What if I say no?
Alfred glared at the House Ward soldiers trying to capture us and voiced his refusal, his unease growing. I can't believe we're doing this before the fucking last chapter. I wasn't expecting this.
But why? Are you actually one of the anti-royalists? Get him! Our mission is to capture anyone involved with the Ravens, no matter who it is!
The shout served as a signal. The men attempted to reach me first.
Don't touch her!
There was a light. Before I knew it, I'd been pulled into a tight embrace. Oh, he's protecting me. I thought we were gonna, like, kick ass for him, but aw. Oh my god, look at this ridiculously beautiful CG. Oh my god, look at how hot this man is with his hair behind. Oh god. This is beautiful. This could be my favorite of his so far. Look at it. Oh. Oh, it's so pretty. Look at his face. Alfred? As he shouted angrily, a barrier appeared in front of me, shielding me from the men. I felt a sense of déjà vu. I recognized this light's radiance. I've seen it before. And back in the day, yeah. What is that? I turned to the window and saw something glimmering. Yeah, I mean, he told us. It's the same light. It's the light I saw outside my window that day 8 years ago. I mean, he told you. The barrier had enclosed the whole of Elpbeek, ensuring no one could escape their approaching deaths. Everything Alfred had said was the truth. A deep pain surged in my chest as this realization hit me, which you'd think because she was like being like, he said he was responsible, but like maybe he wasn't. Like she was trying to like deny it. Are those wings behind him too in the light? Like, do you see them like behind like white wing? Oh. The barrier that doomed everyone to death that day now protected me.
I can't be captured like this. I will never, ever hand her over, no matter what.
His grip tightened. The sheer sadness of it all made me want to cry, despite the situation we were in.
Hurry up!
Alfred's barrier prevented the ward soldiers from advancing. No, even if we flee, they'll still report they found Alfred here and everything will come to a halt. Alfred glanced down at me and whispered,
You go ahead with Leonardo. I'll stop them and follow after you.
What are you on about? You know you can't do that!
And this is part of the plan. I'll be a decoy and draw the ward soldiers away. You take that chance to leave.
I knew he hadn't given up, but I just couldn't agree when I thought about what would come next. Alfred would still be captured and punished. Given that he was the head of one of the 5 houses, his treatment would be much more severe than that of the others. Members of House Cresswell might be considered accomplices and publicly executed as a warning.
Aim for this weak spot! Even the head of the House Cresswell can't keep this up without a stone's power! Sir, please hurry!
Leonardo's cries blended with the ward soldiers' clamor. Alfred tried to push me toward Leonardo. I swiftly looked at my hand. My right hand. I refuse to be captured here. I'm not going to let the plan fall apart. I won't allow Alfred to be taken either. She's pissed. I have to do this. I know we're at time, but like we got to finish this scene. So, what are you
throwing yourself in here? How foolish!
I let them grab my left arm on purpose as they tried to capture me. It's now or never. We're going to defend our man. I love this. I used my face side hand to touch the soldier's arm, channeling my power to forcefully subdue his awareness. I'm sorry, John. I'll make them see an illusion to change their perception of things.
Ah! Hey, what happened? What are you up to, damn it?
You too! So she's going to make it, they're going to be like, we saw nothing there.
Ugh!
The 2 ward soldiers sank to their knees, their expressions vacant. The hostility in the air disappeared.
Don't tell me that was your hand.
Shh, not yet. Leonardo, stay out of sight. Lord Alfred, please cooperate with me.
Do whatever she tells you, Leonardo.
Okay.
I saw Leonardo hiding from the corner of my eye. I gently shook the 2 ward men's shoulders.
We were definitely...
Please remain calm. I'm the one who reported a suspicious individual resembling a member of the Twilight Ravens.
Oh, right. We were at the Ravens' hideout. Why is Count Cresswell here?
Count Cresswell? I heard he happened to be nearby investigating the wing hunting incident. I gave Alfred a subtle glance. He immediately understood my intention and approach. We have an amazing fucking power. But that's true, because remember, the more we use it, the worse it is. So, you know.
You work under Lord Linus, correct? I heard there was some sort of commotion, so I came running. Is everything all right?
Count, no, I mean, the Ravens, yes. We discovered their hideout and were sent to capture them all at once. No, we broke through the door. After that...
By the time I arrived, I only found you 2 kneeling here. It looks like they got away.
I expected no less from him. Despite their confusion, the men were regaining their composure. They believed Alfred's words, their faces twisted in frustration at their failure to capture their quarry.
Hell, what will I tell Lord Linus?
There's a chance it was a trap. Either way, you should return and give your report. I'll speak to him as well.
Right, we need to hurry. Hey, let's go! We should inform the others that they got away!
The soldiers bowed their heads apologetically and ran off in the direction I'd indicated. Looks like they've gone.
We should leave now while we have the chance. Come with us, Leonardo.
What was that? Who exactly are you?
We'll talk later. Let's hurry. If we stay, there's no guarantee things will work out again. That was fucking amazing. I was like, oh my god, no, they're gonna find him. And we used our hand. We used the Faceit hand, which John said, like, the more you use it, the closer you come to becoming a pure fae or whatever, right? So it's like not good for us to use it. I know, buddy. I'm gonna get you to your potty spot while we wrap up. Right? So we've been like avoiding using it. We were gonna use it a little bit on like Linus, but like just seeing things and like seeing memories and stuff like that, I don't think has the impact that this does, obviously. Like, this is a major like thing that we did, and we risked it for our biscuit. We did it for our boyfriend. She did it to save Alfred. Like, come on. She's so in love with him. I love it so much. Oh my God. But anyway, I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.